Well, good morning. It is almost Christmas, and I have all the presents. All of the presents are here, physically here, thankfully. Um, but I have not wrapped a single thing. Uh, how about you? Have you wrapped anything? Are you ready? Um, we are going to do a series, and I promised this a couple weeks ago, and it's the end of the year. I realized this morning that I was kind of crazy for promising something like that when I have bookkeeping clients to do work for and for cleanups that I'm working on. So I'm finally getting around to the first one in the series. And this series just kind of talks about what an OBM does and how I can help you in your business and how an OBM can help you, whether it's me or somebody else that you hire. Um, let's talk about the cost of your products because I think that, especially when it comes to services and when it comes to um, digital products, most people have absolutely no idea how much those products cost to create and maintain. And the thing that happens when you look at pricing this is something that I've learned over the last year as I've started to actually put money away for taxes every month, and like it just automatically pulls out of my checks and goes into a savings account. I am realizing that I have truly um, not been charging enough and for my work, and that I'm sure is something that everyone who has a service or a digital product can relate to. That you are never ever taking enough out, and likely not charging enough to begin with for the same reasons. So what an OBM will do in terms of your work product and understanding like what this looks like, and once you say to them, hey, I really want to offer this new service, or I want to create a digital product and I really want to do XYZ with it, and I've seen others make $10,000 months or $100,000 months because of it. And the thing with digital products, and maybe my approach is slightly different. The thing with digital products is your initial investment is going to be much higher than your long-term maintenance costs, right? And when I talk about maintenance costs, I'm talking about the platform that you must have in order for the product to be able to be sold. I have a beeline of light right in my eyeball. um, a the platform has a cost. It's the storage fees, the your ads fees, because eventually you're going to want to put that on ads. You're also going to have any admin costs to maintain those products, update descriptions, help you actually update the product because most digital products don't are not current after 2 or 3 years and they require updating. And so if we look at it from those perspectives, we're not having to recreate the entire product. Um, we're going to move just a hair. You're not having to recreate the entire product, but you are having to update the content itself, and you're having to rewrite content. Okay, so that's interesting. And as market changes, things like that happen. So I have a friend who's working on creating a grocery budgeting um, savings ebook and workbook. And the thing that about that is a lot of the content isn't going to change, but there are going to be things within that book But if you don't update, like during the whole coupon craze and people were couponing like crazy, the rules, once people really caught on to that and companies were like, wow, these people aren't paying any money for things, they changed the coupon rules, right? And so when you create something like that, you're going to have to update it to market condition to reflect market conditions as they are now versus when you wrote it initially. And so maybe you need to plan for that, right? And have an ads budget and understanding. So what I think, or what my approach to this is, capitalizing some of those costs over the course of a period of time. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can actually capitalize those costs on your taxes. Talk to your CPA about that. But what it might mean is that when we look at the profitability of a product and we look at the viability of the product and we do a viability study, we are going to account for capitalizing all of those costs over the course of, let's say, 3 to 4 years of actually bringing in sales. So that the first year, yes, it's not going to be very profitable, and we're also accounting for the amount of time that you're putting in because you cannot write that off on your taxes, but we need to account for it when we look at a viability study. And should you do a viability study for every product and service that you plan to offer? 100%. 100%. And we need to look at in the first 6 months how much of your time and energy is going to have to be put into gaining new clients for this product. How much marketing are you going to have to do to even get the ball rolling and getting clients in? And what does your hourly look like as you go into that? And I'm not saying your hourly wage is important. What I am saying is that if it takes you 9 months, do you have income on the back end of that? If it takes you 9 months to start getting word of mouth, it takes you 9 months to start getting clients, it takes you 9 months to make it actually viable, more viable, and how long are you willing to continue to work and not um, as you're getting results? How long, at what point do you stop and say, this is no longer viable and we're going to scrap it, right? And understanding that as a business owner will, a couple of things will happen. It will help you forecast new products and services. It will help you um, manage your own expectations, and it's going to help you think more critically as you develop new products and services. And I think it will make you a better business owner. And the other aspect of that is if the goal is to build a thing, launch the thing, hire admin, and let them manage the back end of that all the way, you can actually forecast at what point you will be able, at what viable, at what income range will we finally be able to do this thing? How long should that person be working, and what is the actual cost of that? And then we can kind of forecast more um, clearly and more accurately at what point you can step back as the CEO and not have to be in the trenches doing the work with everyone. Does that make sense? I hope so. So, should you do a viability study on any new products and service? Absolutely. And one of the key things that I think I will have taken out of bookkeeping for doing bookkeeping for so long, because I have over 10 years of experience with that now. Um, the thing that I understand about this is that if you are not sitting down and looking at your income versus your expenses and really critically analyzing, hey, I should not be having, I should not be spending when I'm only making 20,000, I should not be spending 12 to $15,000 on coaching and uh, courses and other shit that isn't really genuinely moving the needle, right? And if I'm only making $12,000 a year or $20,000 a year and I'm spending 6,000 on some software and there are other options that are better and or more affordable given the place where I am, maybe I should have done more research before I went and spent money on a program. And I think that you need to, there's a fine line between usability and cost. There's a cost benefit analysis that needs to happen with every software that you use, right? And the competition in the marketplace and understanding what is the best software that's within my budget. Because 90, I would say 60% of the people who use Vimeo have no business using Vimeo. In addition to that, 60% of like another 40% of those people who are using Vimeo and have absolutely no business having Vimeo um, would be better served by other platforms. And I can tell you from a user end standpoint, Vimeo is absolutely awful. Their cost is very high for a system that you cannot pause, leave, like leave the window open, pause it, come back to it and hit play and it starts all over again. It's like, why? I would much rather, when people host on Vimeo, I'm like, oh God, here we go. And then when people have it on YouTube, I'm like, yes, because I know that the functionality of that system, I understand it is not um, secure, and I wish YouTube had something like that, but they don't right now. Um, Boy, that is a bright light through that little hole. um, Here we go. You just get to see some of the messy office. Um, I know that it's not secure, but the functionality is a hell of a lot better. And I wish YouTube would come out with like a small fee structure to be able to actually like secure your footage. I would pay extra money for that for the functionality of a YouTube player. Anyway, that's neither here nor there because wishes, you know what we say about wishes. Wish in one hand and in the other. Anyhow, um, I hope that this gives you a better idea of one very small thing that an OBM can do inside of your business. That could have a massive impact on your business, on your profits, on your profit structures. Also, if you are a profit first person, I would highly, highly recommend that you really think about that because oftentimes you are totally screwing your business and yourself. Profit first works very few times, but it has its place. And there are parts of that structure, parts of that concept that are great and need to be thought through. Um, but it I've heard more problems than solutions. If let's say it like that. I'm gonna say it nicely and be as nice as I can. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope that this was helpful. let me know. Have you ever done a cost benefit analysis on any of your softwares? And if you've ever done a viability study on a product that you were launching or already have launched? Because honestly, a viability study can be done at any time. The cool thing about doing it after it's launched is that you have historical data to go off of. So that's kind of a neat side effect to that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.